Welcome back to another video. This is Road to Ultimate Champion, and we're jumping straight into League 5 gameplay. I would just like to say apologies for the slight delay in upload. I've been grinding the 20 win challenge, and it is so difficult. If you do know, it's mainly around the top 5,000 people in the game that are probably going to actually complete the challenge, so getting to even 10 wins is pretty difficult. Same way as if you ever attempted FUT champs on FC or FIFA in the past, you'll know how difficult that is. Now, we absolutely mess up the first play of the game here. I'm not quite sure what's happening, but the fact that he commits a Mega Knight, a Goblin Gang, mini P.E.K.K.A. Honestly, we don't mind because we get to take the other tower, right? He's going to pull the ability on us there. I think it does in fact save him from losing his entire tower, but first game in League 5 is going to be a tough one, but there's no tough matchup when you've got Mega against P.E.K.K.A. Knight, right? As long as you don't do something silly. But anyway, we go for the Royal Ghost here. He does get the Valk down. Now, I'm pretty sure in my head he's still quite low on Elixir. Maybe not. Well, we're just gonna work out what he's doing here. We go with a low E-Wiz. And you wouldn't be here, like Luke said, without these stutters. So, welcome to Stutter Royale. This is Clash Brews UK Stutter Brews, yeah, come on. Do you know what? I'm happy. The more I mess up my commentary, the more you get to comment and leave. Oh god, you know what? I'm just twisting all my words here. I can't even say that it's 4 a.m. this time. It's actually 9 p.m. in the evening. And yeah. Anyway, got our new job. We're starting tomorrow at this golf resort, so everyone wish me luck in the comments. I am going to be working full time from now and through until May in this country anyway, and then still posting daily. We're still going to post daily because we are all about that grind. We need to finish work, go open a bank account, get a workout in, and upload some Clash Royale. Can't be too difficult, right? Go with the poison on the witch there, and we're going to say thanks for that one purely because obviously we had to poison that tower anyway to finish it off, but we know he had to put that Eva Mega Knight down. For some reason, he just wants to drop a Goblin Gang in the pocket. I think that is not a bad play, I guess. It's not a bad play. Boss Bandit doesn't go down here, so we're going to try and get a tank. We're thinking about how we can get a Boss Bandit dash onto the tower, because that's obviously going to dash. But if we hit the ability, straight away, it will stay alive. But yeah, ideally, one or two more hits on the Royal Ghost there would have actually got a dash onto the tower there. Now, when you're trying to set up a Barb Ram Evo push or an Evo Barb Ram push, you do ideally want to be thinking about where his Mega Knight is in cycle. I know it sounds silly, but if Mega Knight players just love to drop it on like a 10% health P.E.K.K.A, so that gives us a very good counter attack here. If we drop the Evo P.E.K.K.A, why does he think a Valk and a mini P.E.K.K.A is going to work? Just dropping it at the bridge, at least drop it behind the Mega Knight, because then it all stays alive. But the Evo P.E.K.K.A, I put the Evo P.E.K.K.A back in it. I've tried Evo Ghost. I just think Evo P.E.K.K.A is better for, especially for like mid to high level like ladder players. If you're top 200 in the world, those sort of things might make a difference. But to me, I don't even like the Evo Royal Ghost. I've got enough counters to be able to deal with it. He Mega Knights and Witches on the left side, which allows us to get an Evo Barbram on the right and some P.E.K.K.A connections. Sitting at about 500 health now. This is a pretty interesting game. You can see the level of competition's actually gone up, but people are still running Mega Knight purely because of... I guess it's a good card, but I'm never going to truly say that and mean it, you know what I mean? It's like a no skill card. You can just drop it and it just takes everything off the board, right? Anyway, he gives us more poison value, which we will absolutely take, especially with a Bear E-Wiz going down the right-hand side. Now, important to drop something left lane, so at least he doesn't commit the mini P.E.K.K.A to the E-Wiz. We then go with the P.E.K.K.A in the middle to try and kite the mini P.E.K.K.A so we don't get free crown, but we miss that, and we have to commit a Barbram, meaning we can't use it for the Goblin Gang, and the P.E.K.K.A is dead just like that. Now, a little bit of squeaky bum time here. He's dancing on us like dropping a mini P.E.K.K.A in the pocket is going to work, but we already know this game's over, right? I think poison's like 272 or something, so we already knew that this wasn't going to free crown him, but at least make him worry that it might do, so that he's just frantically dropping every card he can. I'm saying that like he hasn't just done this the entire game. Either way, we cycle back round to a poison, and that is game number one, nearly half the video. But we've got 3 games in this one. It might take us up to about 11 or 12 minutes, but maybe we can get a free crown to save us a little bit of time. Anyway, straight back into the next one, or straight into the next one. Starting hand, always like to see a P.E.K.K.A just in case he goes and drops. I mean, you'd want to deal with that with a Barb Barrel, honestly, every time. bar barrel, unless, and depending, matchup dependent, right, because you can cycle around to the Evo P.E.K.K.A because it's a one cycle card. However, going up against a deck like this where they have a Goblin Heart, that makes me have to commit so much elixir just to make sure the P.E.K.K.A is going to get the value that I want it to, right? He's got the Wall Breakers, Archer Queen, Goblin Heart. It's going to be the meta deck that's been going around recently with the Archer Queen. I did try to play this deck myself, but it's just not easy to play. We get the Boss Bandit down there to stop the Miner from getting a hit. Now this is going to be a game and a half if this guy actually knows how to play this deck, because this is not the easiest matchup for us. Dealing with Wall Breakers is very annoying with Bar Barrel, because having Log makes it, I don't know, I feel like it just makes it easier, personally. If I had a brain, I would have probably used the ability. I do, but it's just a bit too late. It's just a little bit too late. I don't mind. See what I mean? I had a minions on top of the Wall Breakers there, and it still gets a hit, even though, you know, it's, yeah. Even though he drops it into one of my cards. If you are liking the changing commentary and you've made it this far, I say the changing commentary, I'm just standing up, so you might, you know, tell that there's a bit more of an energy level to my voice, and I'm not commentating at 4 AM anymore. And if you are enjoying the videos, there's a lot of new subscribers here, so drop a like and a comment if you're still here and you're watching again. And then also, if you are new to the video, please subscribe. That would make my day, and we've like doubled our subscribers in the last few days, and I'm really happy about it. So onwards and upwards, guys, onwards and upwards. Whilst I am watching just to figure out what's going on here. He gets the Wall Breakers down. Now, does one E-Wiz fully counter Evo Wall Breakers? Not quite, but we do negate most of the damage, so we don't mind. Even though every time he's getting so much value out of a 2 Elixir Wall Breakers, right? It's absolutely ridiculous to me. Personally, I would make it a 3 cycle card. Now, I'm just kidding. I don't want any angry Wall Breaker players in the lobby to, in the comment section, to roast me out. So yeah, again, this guy's made it to League 5, by the way. Just to let you know, he's made it to League 5, and he's still dropping Archer Queens behind his Goblin Heart, knowing I have a poison. Just let that sink in for a moment, and hopefully this guy lets this Barbram in, because I'm counter pushing here. Good thing is, ideally I want the Goblin Heart to go down for the Boss Bandit, because then we cycle back round to another Boss Bandit, and this would never have happened, by the way, in the previous update, because they've made it so that champions, you can cycle back to them whilst they're still on the board, right? And if you didn't know that, it's a very key information to why champions are now so strong again this season. But anyway, we get the poison down on the Archer Queen, and the dash, and the Boss Bandit dash onto the tower. We do love to see it. He's going to go with the poison now. I do think that's a bit of an overcommitment, considering that, yeah, maybe Evo Royal Ghost does save him a little bit, but with the ability, we can break through here. He's probably going to have to go and drop a Goblin Heart again. They've got the single Bar Barrel going to the tower, and this is why Bar Barrel is so OP, because it's got 3 hits on the tower there. That basically just won me the game. Now, this is what I mean about Wall Breakers. All he has to do there is minor Wall Breakers. Maybe I was a little bit mad there, that's why I Goblin cried, but you should never do that, guys. Don't be toxic. Don't be toxic. Who would be toxic in this game? Not me. Yeah, I'm kidding, I'm the worst. Anyway, figuring out how to defend this, making sure that he can't get his Wall Breakers through this time, because sometimes you just forget that they even have them, right? I think if it had dropped his Wall Breakers there, he probably would have still got a connection. We're going to save the Boss Bandit from taking the full Archer Queen ability, because the beautiful poison there catches them 2 skeletons. He goes with the Wall Breakers. Now, another tip, if you do want to use Wall Breakers, dropping an Evo Wall Breakers on a push at the bridge will actually just basically wipe them out, purely because of the death damage that it does. So go with the minions low here, just so that the poison doesn't take immediate effect onto the... but I don't even think we've played... Yeah, we have played P.E.K.K.A. No, I can't remember. But either way, we're going to go with a P.E.K.K.A. to block at the bridge, which personally should mean, yeah, that's GG right there. And this shows why Evo Barbram is just so strong, because yeah, we're absolutely laughing. Anyway, we're going to go straight into the next game. Goblin we're playing log bait here. We've got a Goblin Barrel here. I know what I was trying to say. Goblin Barrel goes down. I was just ready for it. I was ready for the Princess, the Dark Goblin, the Wall Breakers, whatever this guy was going to lay on the other side. I was ready for it. Probably would have preferred an E-Wiz here, but the only reason I went for the Minions Bear is because then it defends the Valk and gets more value, right? And then I can use the E-Wiz just in case he has an Inferno Tower. And the PTSD kicks in from playing Logbait players for my entire life. And I'd go and drop the E-Wiz behind the P.E.K.K.A. I'm going to go with getting ready with the Bar Barrel there, just in case usually there's a Goblin Gang goes in behind the E-Wiz, but cool, the E-Wiz is getting tremendous value here. And that Bar Barrel goes all the way through and gets a hit on the tower. Now, if that isn't special. Okay, a little bit of a tip. There's no tip actually on how to defend Evo Goblin Barrel. It's horrendous. I do not like playing against it, and I always struggle. Either way, we go with the dual lane push. A Valk isn't going to be enough because we already know Boss Bandit just slaps Valkyries, it slaps Knights, it makes them look terrible. To be honest with you, Boss Bandit is way too tanky, and I won't be surprised if the next nerf is a HP nerf. If talking about nerfs and balance changes, if you've made it this far, I've got a reward for you. And if you haven't seen any other videos, I'm going to save you some time. We've got a few nerfs and buffs here. Basically, sorry about that noise. We've got the Boy Rascal buff. We've got a damage buff there. Then we have got a Phoenix. You know, when it respawns, basically it's going to have more HP. It's going to be able to do more damage. You've got the Little Prince Guardian with a damage buff. The Evo Ghost, as we all expected for it to get nerfed, right? The soldiers that it spawns are going to be their damage is going to be reduced by about 50%. The next Evo next season is Three Musketeers, so I'm excited because I'll be buying that straight away. Supercell, you will get my money. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, but I'm going to be playing that. But in turn, to stop the meta being too heavy 3M, they've nerfed the Elixir Collector. Poor Elixir Collector did not need to get a nerf, but I can see the logic behind why they did it. Anyway, Goblin Drill Evo has had a buff because it has been one of the worst Evos since all the other Evos have been released. And then we finally got a Goblin. God, I can't speak today. A Goblin Hut spawn speed nerf. Okay. And that's what we like to see for Boss Bandit players, because every time he'll go to dash onto the tower, onto the Goblin Hut, it will then spawn another Goblin, which is very annoying. Just to quickly clear up here, Ground Spirit Empress health buff, and then we've got, I think that's about it for all the buffs and nerfs, but I just want to say that's another game in the bag. League 5 domination. We are nearly at we're nearly at Ultimate Champion. He's flexing an Ultimate Champion badge on us like, bro, no one even asked you. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and peace guys, have a great day.